In 2020, we've all faced an uncertain future as the coronavirus pandemic spread throughout the world. We've had to live with restrictions on travel, work, and on the human contact that's so important to everyone. The toll in lives and in hardship has been terrible, but even for those who stayed safe from the virus, far too many people have been left struggling to cope. The Scottish Greens have been in their corner. We've got on with the job of winning real change, not the politics of shallow point scoring, but making a positive impact in people's lives. There are some who've risked their own lives to keep us all safe during this crisis. We've been working for them.
I had some concerns about my own personal risk of me catching COVID, of me bringing it home to my husband and kids. My name's Carolyn Scrimger. I am a doctor, so I am a specialist in treating patients with cancer. We had concerns about patients. I treat a particularly elderly group of patients or patients who've got other health problems. Greens were early on advocating for mass testing, not just of NHS workers, but of the general population too, the asymptomatic population. And I think many healthcare professionals have been advocating for that too, as one of the ways to try and control the virus, because we know that the only way that the NHS is going to be able to run.
Right from the start, the Greens led the calls for more testing.
Current guidance tells NHS staff with symptoms, you will not be tested. Will this message, which has been sent out on a daily basis and again this afternoon,
asymptomatic, routine, regular testing. We won this for care home staff in May, for NHS workers in November, and we're still fighting for this assurance for teachers and other school staff. We've been working for Scotland, but people also need social and economic support in these times. No one should be getting thrown out of their home during this crisis. And thanks to our campaign, no sheriff will be evicting anyone over Christmas.
action will be taken to protect all tenants, including those in the private sector and the social sector, who find themselves under financial pressure as a result of COVID-19, to ensure that no one is evicted as a result of this health crisis.
We've been working for Scotland. We knew that the people with insecure accommodation, with insecure incomes, were going to be the most vulnerable to the social and economic consequences of the pandemic.
I woke up one morning expected to be going into work, got a message saying there had been an outbreak and the pub was closed again. My name's Bryce Drennan, I'm a hospitality worker, I also work in the creative industries. I got COVID and I had to take 2 weeks off of work, got it pretty badly. I work for like an independent neighbourhood bar and they were very clear and very transparent with what was going on, so I always felt comfortable that I wouldn't lose my job. Places I used to work, friends of mine, before the furlough was announced, the whole staff were made redundant. I don't want to go back to normal. I think this is something that can change things. It can make the way we come back from this better.
Right now, workers across Scotland are faced with financial hardship, job losses and uncertainty, especially in hospitality businesses.
Particularly in the hospitality industry, losing their jobs, that they're not supporting their team, that they're going to lose wages, that they have to live on statutory sick pay.
We've been working for Scotland. And when our warnings about how the school exams replacement would be unfair and widen inequality came true, we rolled up our sleeves to make sure those wrongs were put right.
My name is Dylan Hamilton, I'm 16 years old, I'm in 5th year. We haven't really had enough guidance from the SQA on what we're supposed to do, so we've been rushed through the courses. Obviously we're all really scared about the future exams after the last exams were done not so greatly. And teachers are stressed and overworked, we're stressed and overworked, and it's overall not great. It's not great not knowing what my life is going to be a month from now, because suddenly the most important part of my year is in a month rather than 6 months away. So that's very stressful. Ross was particularly helpful because he seemed to understand that it isn't just about the grades, it's the stress that comes with it. And the fact that he's been saying things that then happen 6 months later, good to know that someone in there understands what needs to happen and is willing to push through it.
Throughout this challenging year, the Scottish Greens have stood up for teachers and tenants, pupils and public workers, students and small businesses. Together we can get through this crisis and build a greener, fairer economy that tackles the climate and nature emergency too. We've shown that the Scottish Parliament needs green voices working for Scotland. We've shown that green votes make a difference. Your vote makes a difference.